Okay, gonna do a video of me, what I'm looking at when I'm blading. I took and started out, there's washboards on this corner just coming from the highway here, so I went to the opposite side of where my windrow is, cut that to the center line, and then from the center line to where my windrow is. So now what I'll do is I'll come up here and I will grab the windrow and then just start laying that back in to my center. Try to run that 4% crown right in there. And then, now that I'm getting by that there, I'll readjust my blade to have more material coming off of it. Don't really blade with a huge windrow, I try not to. Depends on the condition of the road. If you gotta cut any potholes or washboards out, you might have to cut a little harder, obviously. So, but what I do is I run my right front tire, since I'm pulling in, going against traffic here. In South Dakota, we're allowed to go against traffic. So, what I do is I'll take and put my right front tire on the center line, and then I just line up with my center, and then just drive straight off of that. Had really good luck with that. Helps you drive straighter. I think it makes your roads look a lot better also. But then you just want to make sure on your what side you're pulling in, so on your toe, you just want to make sure you're not undercutting the shoulder. You want to take and have a nice smooth transition from your center line to your shoulder line so that the water drains off the road nicely. And then you want to keep the windrow on top of the center line and just past it. So you feel the machine start to lope there a little bit. We got little frost heaves yet, and just gotta slow off. Some guys use throttle lock. I'm not a big fan of it. I guess I've always just run everything with the foot feed, so kind of old school, I guess. The new stuff, it does have throttle lock and all that. I just don't use it. I just run everything off my foot. That's how I've always done it. And then had a couple people ask me on what I run for tire pressure to keep the machine from bouncing. What I do is I run 45 in all 6. That seems to work pretty good for me. I run 45 psi, and then I'm slightly articulated when I pull in, and then I always have my differential locked, because that way your both sets of tandems are pulling evenly. I think that makes a big difference on machine stability. But generally you don't have to make a lot of movements, you know. Once you got your blade set and your road's in good shape, you really shouldn't have to take and mess with the moldboard height adjustment. Now obviously when you go up and down hills, you're going to have a little bit of change, so you're going to have to mess with it a little bit. But generally once you have it set, you're better off just leave it alone, because once you start playing with it, you're chasing either end, and then it can get like the machine's duck walking, and that is a real nightmare to get out, so you really don't want to start that if you can help it. So obviously coming up this hill, I'm just ever so slightly keeping an eye on that toe out there to make sure I'm not undercutting the shoulder line. And then just try to drive as straight as you can. Obviously I don't have much trouble driving straight. Been doing this for 15 years. It just kind of comes natural, but probably driving straight is one of the most critical things you can do blading a township road, because every time you change your wheel track, you're changing the crown of your road. So that's why it's so crucial to keep that center line, you know, positioned straight, because every time you move back and forth with your front end, you just changed your cross slope. So there'll be spots where you have, you know, good crown, and then if you move over, you're probably either going to have way too much or you're not going to have enough, and then you'll start having potholes. And you definitely don't want to play that game. That's just some of the things I kind of look for when I'm out blading. Generally what I do is, this time of year, I take and pull in wherever my light windrow is. I really haven't been leaving a windrow much because it's still pretty early. We could still get snow yet. But I pull that side, cut it to the center line, or across center. And then what I'll do is I'll come back, and then I'll set up just on the top of the crown, and I'll cut from the center line to that previous shoulder that's on my right side here, and then I'll have a pretty good windrow material to work with. And then what I'll do is I'll take that windrow and lay it back into center line, build my 4 or 5% crown, and then take it from center line and then match that to where I pulled in here now. Takes a little bit of time, but it's really the right way to do it this time of year. Get the roads all cut out, repositioned, and everything looking good. Anybody's got any questions on something, feel free to put them down in the comments, or a suggestion you want me to do a video on, put it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Would like to thank everybody for watching, and please subscribe and like the video, and have a good day.